Have you ever wondered how climate change could alter life as we know it? It's a question that hovers, often unasked, in the back of our collective consciousness. This isn't a distant hypothetical anymore. The changes are happening here and now, subtly reshaping the world around us. We're not talking about a few hot summers or chilly winters, but a fundamental shift in the planet's climate system. The consequences are far-reaching, and it's time to delve into the facts. Climate change is not a myth. It's a reality that's unfolding with each passing day. We are witnessing a global phenomenon that is reshaping our world in ways we have never seen before. A phenomenon that's fueled by our own actions and choices. The Earth's thermostat is on the rise. Over the past 100 years, the planet's average temperature has increased by more than 1 degree Celsius. This might not seem like much, but even a small increase in temperature can have a big impact on our climate. As the mercury rises, so does the volume of our oceans. The polar ice caps, the guardians of our planet's equilibrium, are melting at an unprecedented rate. This meltwater is causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities around the world. Today, cities like Miami and Venice are already grappling with floods and erosion. Coupled with the rising temperatures and melting ice caps, we are also witnessing an alarming increase in extreme weather events. Storms are becoming more intense, heat waves are lasting longer, and droughts are becoming more severe. These events are not only devastating for communities caught in their path, but also disrupt ecosystems and wildlife. And what's the cause of all this? The consensus among the scientific community is clear: human activities are the primary driver of these climate changes. Our relentless burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and other industrial practices are pumping huge amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, creating a blanket that traps heat around our planet. Yet, despite the overwhelming evidence, there are still those who deny the existence of climate change or downplay its effects. But the science is clear, and the facts are undeniable. These facts paint a grim picture, but understanding them is the first step towards action. We have a responsibility to acknowledge the reality of climate change and to act accordingly. Only then can we hope to mitigate its devastating impacts and create a sustainable future for generations to come. Scene script. Climate change doesn't just affect the weather, it touches every aspect of life on Earth. As the climate changes, we see an intricate web of life being disrupted, and the ripple effects are far-reaching. Let's take a closer look at how these changes are impacting our ecosystems and communities. When we think of climate change, we don't often consider the little critters that populate our world, yet their lives are deeply intertwined with the climate. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns can disrupt animal migration. In the Arctic, the melting ice is making it harder for polar bears to find food, while in our backyards birds are changing their migration patterns, arriving at their breeding grounds either too early or too late. The extinction of species is another heartbreaking consequence. From the vibrant corals of the Great Barrier Reef to the majestic tigers of the Sundarbans, species are disappearing at an unprecedented rate. This mass extinction is not just about the loss of biodiversity, it's about the loss of critical links in our ecosystems that help keep our planet healthy. But the ripple effect of climate change doesn't stop at the animal kingdom. It reaches into our homes, our food, and our water. Changes in weather patterns are leading to more frequent and severe droughts and floods, creating food and water insecurity. This, in turn, affects human health, livelihoods, and even leads to the displacement of people. The socioeconomic implications are just as profound. As resources become scarcer, tensions rise, leading to conflicts and forced migration. Imagine being driven from your home, not by a war or a disaster, but by a slow, creeping change in the weather. This is the reality for many people living in climate-vulnerable areas. We cannot underestimate the interconnectedness of our world. A change in one area can cause a cascade of effects in another. It's like a game of dominoes, where one falling piece can set off a chain reaction. The domino effect of climate change is evident, and it's affecting the most vulnerable the hardest. Climate change is not a local issue, it's a global crisis. The far-reaching tentacles of this crisis stretch out to every corner of our planet, leaving no place untouched. Imagine for a moment the world's coastal cities. From New York to Shanghai, they are all under threat as sea levels continue to rise. The homes, the landmarks, the histories, all in danger of being washed away. Let's then dive into our oceans. They're getting warmer, and this isn't just bad news for the creatures that call these waters home. Coral reefs are dying, fish populations are decreasing, and the entire marine ecosystem is under threat. This isn't just an underwater problem, it affects us all. The oceans are a major source of food and livelihood for millions around the world. Now, let's shift our gaze to the fields that feed us. Changes in rainfall patterns are causing unpredictable farming seasons worldwide. In some places, too much rain is causing floods, while in others, not enough is leading to droughts. This erratic weather threatens our food security, our economies, and our very way of life. So you see, climate change is a complex web of interconnected issues. It's not just about warmer summers or melting ice caps. It's about our homes, our food, our oceans, and ultimately, our survival. No corner of our planet is untouched by the effects of climate change. The facts are clear. Climate change poses a formidable challenge to life on Earth. We've journeyed through the realities and phenomena of climate change, exploring its rippling effects across our ecosystems, communities, and our collective home. It's undeniable that our planet is experiencing significant alterations in its natural processes. These changes, triggered by human activities, are not just altering our landscapes but also threatening the delicate balance of our ecosystems. The impact of these changes is global, affecting every corner of our world. From the smallest microorganism to the largest mammal, from the most remote islands to bustling cities, the consequences are felt. It's not just about rising temperatures or melting ice caps, it's about the potential loss of biodiversity, the disruption of livelihoods, and the threat to future generations. The time for action is now. Every small step counts in the fight against climate change. Let's not forget the Earth does not belong to us.